Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Gyan Bhakti. We focus exclusively on spirituality, Vedanta, and Sanatana Dharma. Please subscribe our channel for mystical meanings of the scriptures and daily satsang. Our humble prostrations to all pervading Brahman or God, our worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj, all sages and scriptures, and to the divinity in each of you. We are currently exploring the scripture Mysticism of Mahabharata. Commentaries by Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji and narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. Today, we will be studying the Shanti Parva and Anushasan Parva. Shanti is peace, Anushasan is discipline. According to tradition, the party of mourners remained at the banks of the Ganges for 1 month after completing the funeral rites for the fallen warriors. After that time, they all returned to Hastinapur and Yudhishthira was coronated as king, beginning a virtuous reign in which great respect was paid at all times to Gandhari and Dhritarashtra. One day, shortly after the coronation, Yudhishthira went to see Krishna and found him deep in meditation. When Krishna came to normal consciousness, Yudhishthira asked what he was meditating upon. Krishna replied, Bhishma has been adoring me with prayer as he lies on the bed of arrows, and the force of that devotion has drawn me to him. Soon the sun will turn to the north and Bhishma will depart from his physical body. With his death, a vast treasure of knowledge will disappear. To prevent such a terrible loss to humanity, you must approach Bhishma and receive the blessing of that knowledge from him. Moved by Krishna's advice, Yudhishthira, accompanied by Krishna and all the dignitaries and sages of the time, went to the battlefield and surrounded Bhishma as he lay upon the bed of arrows. Seeing the physical pain that Bhishma was enduring, Krishna, by his divine power, withdrew that pain so that Bhishma could relax in his final days and share his vast knowledge with them more easily. Then, as a representative of all those assembled, Yudhishthira began to ask one question after another about every aspect of life and its problems, as well as about the spiritual techniques that lead one to liberation. With a composed mind, Bhishma responded to those questions, and his answers constitute the wealth of spiritual wisdom presented in Shanti and Anushasan Parvas. Mystically speaking, Bhishma represents the will aspect of one's personality. After that will has been freed to the pressure of ignorance, it opens the door to the vast treasures of knowledge. After completing his voluminous teachings, Bhishma sent Yudhishthira and the others home to resume the performance of their duties. Then he centered his mind on Krishna and waited for the coming of Uttarayana, or the turning of the sun to the north, when he would allow death to claim his tired body. When that time arrived, all the arrows suddenly moved away from Bhishma's body, and the pranas or vital forces departed. Then his soul returned to the celestial realms of the Vasus, from where he had come at the time of his birth as the son of King Shantanu and Ganga Devi. In the death of Bhishma, we see the termination of the will aspect of personality after it has fulfilled its function in one's spiritual evolution. In addition, we glimpse the spiritual truth that in the state of enlightenment, one is freed of all afflictions and miseries as well as all karmas. All these drop away from the soul as the arrows fell from the body of Bhishma, as the soul enters the absolute self or Brahman. After Bhishma's departure from the earth plane, his body was cremated and the ashes strewn into the Ganga river. Then Yudhishthira and the others entered the river and offered their prayers for this great soul who had left behind a legacy of such profound wisdom. Hari Om Tat Sat. We will continue with Ashwamedha Parva in tomorrow's satsang. Hari Om Tat Sat.